Yes, today is Tuesday. Maybe I should not to be so loud since I got my earpiece on. But just just to be consistent. You know, I actually have it written down up on this corner the week as we get into the year. So this is the second week of the year, and just try to be consistent on a weekly basis. Kind of get elaborate more. Get more creative with these ideas further into the ones that are already on the board, and just build, learn, and just get more and more and more and more into what it is that I'm actually focusing on. Today is Tuesday, and the focus for today is parenting. And as you can see, it's just so many things, that I've got into when it has to do with parenting. There's a lot more, but at the same time, there's a lot of other things that I'm doing. So this is good enough right here for just the start of the year or whatnot, and eventually let's see where this gets me sometime later down the line. And but yeah, what I'm doing right now so far is Tuesday, Thursdays. I have a parenting class at 5:30, and I did that last week Tuesday, Thursday, and today's Tuesday. So I go back to it and get back to it, and just kind of brush up on some things and get some different ideas, different perspective, scenarios, and things. My kids are small. Other parents there have older kids, but yeah, it works. It works out for everybody. So at that, here's a little packet that we're reciting, or not reciting, but we're actually, just kind of just reading through and having like open conversation over and whatnot when it has to do with these classes. Now, I can't say much about what I've learned, but based on the 2 days that I've actually, attended, I see the difference in my reaction when I'm trying to get across to my kids. Something that they did explain was, well, what I've actually implemented is that I'm more, or they help me understand that I got to be more careful. If that's what I think I have to do, then that's what I need to do. So that's what I've been doing is, be more gentle, more caring, more loving in the way I say things. So I really, 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 really have actually taken a different, you know, um, just a different route when it comes to actually getting across to my kids. Like say, like I'm upset or I'm frustrated or I'm exhausted or something, and before then I was just flip out or something and just trip or something and just be all mad and scream at my kids or something and things like that, which I know they don't understand, but they can feel the emotion. They can, they can, the tenseness of it, and I can see the reaction. And at times they are petrified. They're like, "Oh shit, what's he gonna do next?" But yeah, they just jump to it, and then so, and then another thing is like that they had mentioned, they had spoke about was a child learns to calculate a parent's reaction. So if they already know that the first time you tell them something, they don't have to worry about. The second time, maybe. The third time, they play it off like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this one off. See the way it goes." And I got to notice that. But you know, what helped me in these classes was having to understand to come up with a reasonable explanation to say, "Hey, I really need you to do this because or why, and get right to it, and that's it. But then they also have said, maybe as the kids get a little older, it's like the child might be working on something, some homework, or just be doing their own little thing, playing with something and things like that. But if you tell them, in 5 minutes or something like that, can you do this and that, and they'll be like, okay, boom. So then, just not don't make it an impulsive reaction. And so that's just been my experience with the parenting classes. And something else that I've implemented and I've been working on, but now I got it in there. It's 4:30 to 5:30 recreational time. Recreational time, either be at the park, a lot of times, at least sometimes once a week or something like that, I just run to Chuck E. Cheese. I know everybody thinks Chuck E. Cheese is expensive, but before we do get to Chuck E. Cheese, I like to feed my kids. And I'm on a very tight budget right now, so we just go to Taco Bell for the little $1 burritos, which is more than enough. Grab that real quick, and then we get into Chuck E. Cheese. Now they got a coupon or promotion where you can get 100 tokens or coupons, or no, not coupons, but tickets or whatnot for $20. Now between my two kids, a 45-minute session at Chuck E. Cheese, they can go through half of that. So then I got the other half saved up still from last week. So any day this week, for sure we will be at Chuck E. Cheese during that recreational time, or other things that anything that has to do involvement with yourself, playing with the kids. It could be anything. The playground, the basketball hoops, a little soccer ball, or anything. Just interaction. So, but yeah, and these are things that I'm actually doing now and I'm working on. And real quick, just to go back to the parenting, you know, I the thought to that before I started was I think it's necessary that throughout the years, throughout the year, I should stay engaged in a parenting class so I continue to brush up on that all year, because it's something that just won't, it's never gonna stop. You're always gonna be a parent. So, try to get into a group, support group at that. So help kind of like deep breathe, take a breather, and really think things clearly and through. So yeah, then I have, my daughter, she's in preschool. My son, he's in Head Start, but they're both in the same class. So my son's doing preschool work right now. He's only 3, which is a big, a head start for him. So when he goes to preschool, he's just gonna adapt right in, jump right in. And why I put that on there is because, well, yeah, my kids are in school already. My daughter, she's getting ready to go to kindergarten, whatnot. But right now that I have the time, I drop my kids off and whatnot. And at the beginning when they first started, the teacher sort of kind of like told me, she was having a hard time with my son because his attention span, he's only 3, so he didn't have one, so she was having a hard time. So she told me, you know, I had to figure something out or else he's not gonna be able to go. But at that, so then every week at the start of the week, I'll stay for an hour and just kind of like help my son implement himself, just kind of get himself comfortable with all the other kids. But then all at the meantime, I'm helping the teacher kind of just settle everything in with the rest of the other kids, not just my own kids. And it's been working out really well. The teacher, she actually mentioned how she likes the way I interact as a father with my kids, but nonetheless, with all the other kids, I treat all the other kids the same way I treat my own kids, with consideration, with respect, care, and I communicate. I break things down in the sense where, they kind of get the picture when you tell them, hey, well, good job, or thank you for doing this, or don't do this, or do it like this, or whatnot. So I've been there 1 hour, 2 hours, on a weekly. And, the teacher, she's been really appreciative over that. She also was talking how, maybe I should consider looking into a teaching career and things like that. Not to say too much on that, but, it was a consideration. I thought it was cool and whatnot. I didn't think too much about it, but after the fact, I was like, you know what? Let me hear more about that because with me doing all these videos and things like that, I can implement some of those things into here. And and I do like to work with people, so that's gonna be something that's gonna benefit me in the longer run. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that. See what that's about. Maybe take a class or two or something like that, and kind of throw that in my portfolio, my resume, or something like that, and just flow with it, run with it, just keep working at it. But this is this is all there is right now, and pretty much this parenting review is my first one. Even though we're on the second week, last week I skipped through it and I didn't do it. But yeah, you know, just you know, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you might know somebody, you know, that should maybe needs the kind of like the assistance or something to kind of get themselves involved into something, suggest parenting classes. It doesn't have to be court order, and it's always really beneficial for that home, for the parent to get involved, get a support group, and find find some assistance. Okay. Anyhow, thanks, and have a good week.